Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2019 with Dortmund. Today, we've progressed a little bit since last episode. We're still going to spend a good chunk of the episode talking about some of these new features. Today, we're going to focus on training, which I know is like a big thing for a lot of people. And it's a big thing for me. So I'm really happy to see that it's all changed. I can't wait to talk you through it. And we're also going to play our first league game of the season against Red Bull Leipzig. So just quickly before we get into it, the rest of the pre-season, it went pretty well. We lost one game to Lazio, which you can kind of understand. Lazio, a decent side, probably on our level. And we did beat 1860 Munich in the German Cup first round. So, I mean, that was a pretty good game as well. We played a pretty strong lineup for it, and we only won 1-0, which was a little bit worrying. That does kind of worry me, but I've seen enough to say that, you know, we should dominate games, we should do well. I'm kind of happy with how things are going. So if we only win the game 1-0, we only win the game 1-0, but at least we're winning it. Also, I will say, what I do love about this new tactics screen is it tells you the months now, so it breaks it all up into months, and it makes it so much easier. It actually makes it so much easier to see things. I think it makes it look a lot cleaner, a lot better. I'm really, really excited about this. Like, I mean, I say excited about it, but it does change the game a little bit. It does change the game. It makes things more easy to see, and it makes it feel new and different because we've not had a different tactics screen or a schedule rather for a long time, and it's not different now really, but it's broken up by month. That just makes me feel happy because I like seeing that. Training then. This is the new training setup, a new training screen, and I'm really liking it. Like, from what I've seen so far, it's really good. I've played with it a bit. I've let my assistants and coaches sort of take over it a bit and do things. I think for the most part, I let my coaches do it just because I don't really have the time to doing this. I work full time. I then do this in the evenings and things like that. I mean, I don't have the time to micromanage that much now in Football Manager, which is a little bit annoying when I'm trying to get episodes out to you most days. But, you know, I'll do it from time to time. But I think for me personally, it's better to leave it to my assistant to do and things like that. But we will talk you through it because it is really interesting. And I think for a lot of people out there, this is going to be a really, really fun way for them to play the game. So we start off with then, this is the overview screen. The primary tactic that we use is this 4-1-4-1 Gegenpressing style formation. So that's the primary tactic, and that sort of determines what we do with training. So the training is going to be geared towards that tactic. We do use the tactics. We've got the 4-2-4 wing play tactic as well, and of course the 3-5-2 that we made last episode. They're still taken into account when you do train, but the primary tactic is the one that training is focused on the most. So this section here is what you're doing in training basically. You've got 3 sessions a day that you can sort of put things into, and down at the bottom here you can see the sort of intensity that has on the players. So obviously the game against Leipzig, that's going to be a full intense day because you've got the match, of course. So the day before you want it to be pretty low intensity. Sort of middle of the week when you're in between games, that's when you want the highest intensity. I know that's match tactics and match practice, so that's slightly different to a normal training session. That's quite high, but we've got a high one on the Tuesday as well. So it's just trying to get the players ready for the game, essentially. And you can sort of tailor that to how you want your team to perform and how you want your team to be rested for the game. You may put in some really, really heavy sessions early in the week and then do basically nothing for the rest of the week, or you may do it the other way around. It's up to you, basically. You choose. Now, yesterday in game we played the 1860 Munich game. So today in training we've got just travel, recovery, and rest. So nothing major, basically. For the rest of the week, though, it is proper stuff, basically. My assistant manager is currently assigned to it for me because I've decided that's best for me right now. Now, you've got all sorts of things you can do, and you can change it to however you want. There's all sorts of stuff. So for this first session, the team are doing some physical training. So that's what we do. We can change the tactical if we want. I'll change it, but only this once because, of course, the assistant manager's doing it. So we're now changed to tactical training. So that's general training, basically. That's the general stuff. You've got all these sections down here, which I mean, there's so much to do in training. This is the beauty of it. And I've not explored it all yet. That's the thing. I've not explored it all. So I'm not really, you know, the best person to come to talk training. The best way to do it is just play with it yourself. So maybe we'll go into attacking instead, and actually we'll do attacking wings instead. So there's now units in the game. So your defenders train together, your attackers train together, your goalkeepers train together. So in this bit in particular, we're now just getting the attackers to do this particular thing. The defenders will do something else on their own. For example, we can go into defending and say, oh, I don't know, defending engage. There we go. Then our defenders are now doing that. You've also got tons of technical, tactical, goalkeeping, set pieces, physical, and extracurricular stuff, which is even like community outreach. Like, what is that? Well, I do know what it is. It's literally going into the community to talk to people. But that trains the players to have better teamwork and things like that. It increases team cohesion. So there's so much stuff you can do. Like, if you think the team are pretty rubbish at the moment in terms of team cohesion, we're not working together very well, do something like that. It's so good, this new training thing. I'm really liking it. Just a little bit quick more on the unit stuff. There's a unit screen up here now that you can click on. So you've got your defensive unit, your attacking unit, your goalkeeping unit. It's really good to see because this was never particularly in Football Manager before. And training was just so boring. Like, you couldn't do anything with it. And now there's loads to do in it, and it's really, really good. I think my favourite thing about this new training thing is this mentoring screen, because I love getting young players in. I like getting them mentored by the older players. but it was very, very difficult to see who was being mentored by who and who was being mentored by who and how long it was going to last for. So this screen is basically good for it. So if we can set up a new group here. We'll call it, you know, lads or something like that. I've got caps lock on, apparently. Lads. There we go. Lads is there. We make that, and then we can start putting teams and people together to work in that group. So we can add any player we want into that. I'm not quite sure who's set up for who right now. So we'll go to the assistant to get him to sign things up. And as you can see here, we've now got some groups of mentors. So 3 groups have been set up. Lucas Piszczek is a team leader in Dortmund. So he's been set as the mentor for this group. And these young guys are sort of going to learn from him. As you can see, he's got a very professional personality. So hopefully that will rub off on these guys. Hopefully their personalities will improve to become more professional. You know, you like to see that sort of thing. Again, mentor group 2, Axel Witsel is a highly influential player. He's going to be mentoring these guys down here, the young guys, 23, 22, 22. And the same with Mario Götze as well, who's fairly ambitious. Hopefully he'll get these guys up to where he is as well. If there's any part of training that I think I've actually really wanted, this is kind of it. Like, players can tutor more than one player now. They can mentor more than one player. I think this is a really great way of doing it. And this is actually what I'm most excited about, which is a little bit sad, but it's what I like. You've also got all your individual training as it was before, but this is a much easier way to see it now. I really like how it's all laid out now. This looks a lot more user-friendly, and I think it's something I'm going to use a lot more now going forward in the game as well. I think I'll let my manager, my coaches rather, do the overall training for me, but I'll sort out the individual training because I like to do that myself. So that then it's a very rough and quick guide to training. Hopefully I've explained that well enough to you. I'm not sure if it's come across as the best. We'll see. But let me know in the comment section what you think about new training right now. Let me know if I've missed things off. Let me know if I've said things a little bit wrong. Tell me what your training sessions are, because I'll be interested. I think some of you guys out there are going to create some really amazing training sessions that are going to be really interesting to look at. There is one more thing. One more thing, actually, I forgot about training. You now get training reports sent to you. You had them before, but they have training ratings in these reports from players. So, for example, Jacob Brun-Larsen, he's done really well in training this week. He's got an 8.6 in training this past week. John Sancho an 8.5. Maximilian Philip with an 8.1. So the better the players train, obviously, you may as well put them into your side. Shinji Kagawa, for example, a 6.5 in training, hasn't done very well. Let's not pick him for the team because he's not done very well in training, so there's no point playing him. On top of that, we can praise Jacob Brun-Larsen for doing well. We can also criticise Shinji Kagawa for it. So I'm going to say your lack of overall development, no. I'm just disappointed in your performances of late. Let's see what he says about that. He says, I've got a point. He needs to book his ideas up. So that's a great way to talk to your players now. I like that, actually. That's a really nice touch. I don't like how it disappears afterwards because I can't remember who was there before. Like, I know Shinji Kagawa was there, but who were the other two? I can't remember. But that's also a nice little addition, these training reports, and I think it should help you with your team selection as well. I'm going to base my team selection around a lot of this kind of stuff. As you can see, though, we have got a whole week to go now until we get to this RB Leipzig game. So I'm going to work through this week now, and then we're going to get to the game and play the game because I don't want this episode to go on too long. So we'll get to the game pretty quickly and play it. So we're back now for the game against Leipzig, the first league game of the season, which I'm very excited about. Now, we're still going with the Gegenpress style of play. We're still going with this formation. We have changed things around. I've tested things out in pre-season, and I'm pretty certain that this is the best lineup that is going to be going on for us. We've got Berkey in goal, of course. Now, he's only there because, of course, he's got a very similar name to Barish Özil and Berkey Özil that we had. That's the main reason he's there, if I'm being honest with you. He could be rubbish. Hits could be better than him. But Berkey's always going to start because he's got a similar name to the past 2 goalkeepers who are pretty good for us. The back line, then, is a little bit different to what you were used to. We've got Guerreiro at left back. Now, he's obviously a pretty decent player, contracted to Borussia Dortmund. Very good, very young, very good player for Portugal. I can't say Brazil, but it's Portugal, isn't it? We've got Diallo, who we spoke about last episode, and Akanji, who I think we also spoke about last episode. Yeah, we did speak about Akanji last episode. So those 2 guys, very, very good players. On the first episode we spoke about, not the last episode. And then we've got Hakim at right back, who's on loan from Real Madrid at the moment. In previous games, he's just called Ashraf. But obviously in this game, they've called him Ashraf Hakimi, which is what he's called on the pitch, Hakimi. So that's where the confusion could be. You may have used him. I've used him plenty of times. I know he's very, very good, which is why I want to use him, basically. I know he's very, very good. In episode 1, we spoke about Witsel, Delaney and Vigo being that midfield partnership, and they're all there. They're all going to be very good. No changes there, basically. I think we're very happy with that sort of central midfield partnership. Christian Pulisic was on the right wing last episode in the friendly, and he's going to be there once again. He's the best player on the right wing, I think, and he's very young, and I want to use him, and he's got some really, really good attributes, so he's going to be a great player. We've got Marco Reus on the left because why would we not use Marco Reus? He's the star player of the squad. He's the main man. And then we've got Paulo Alcacer up front for us as the pressing forward. Again, another really good player. We've got him on loan from Barcelona. He's the best striker that we've got. So we've got him this season at least. Next season we'll have to think about something else up front. But I think he's going to do really well for us. And I'm looking forward to seeing how he performs in the league, because I think he's going to be a top goal scorer. As you can see, Leipzig going for a 4-4-2 formation. So I think we should work quite well against that, actually. I think we should combat that quite well. We go into the dressing room now. And what we're going to say right at the start of this is passionately, we're favourites for a reason. Go out there, make sure we give them a reason to know why we're the favourites in this game. So, as you can see, slightly better pitch in this game because I fixed it. I just changed the settings. So we do have a better quality pitch now than last episode. I do apologise for that. And straight away, a massive injury to Guerreiro, which, quite frankly, isn't very good. 2 minutes it's taken. 2 minutes in this season, and Guerreiro is already injured, potential foot injury. So I guarantee you 2 minutes he's broken his foot. I mean, could we have a worse start? Well, I suppose we could. We could have a man sent off like Road was in the last episode. He's not really played much since because he's on the road to nowhere. Is his road. Again, another bad joke from me. Please ignore those kind of... No, please tell me that it was funny in the comment section again. Please tell me it was funny. Right, so Guerreiro's going to come off the pitch then. Luckily, we've got Schmelzer on the bench, so he's going to come on for him. What I do like, actually, I've noticed as well, when you change players, if we bring Schmelzer, hold him over Guerreiro, it tells you here, look, on the left-hand side, how good his stats are in comparison to Guerreiro. And as you can see, Guerreiro is much better. Unfortunately, though, he has picked up the injury, so he's got to come off. Schmelzer is going to come on. He should be okay for this game, Schmelzer. Hopefully, it's not too bad of an injury to Guerreiro. Hopefully, it won't affect us for the rest of the season, because that would be bad if it did. I've noticed, though, a few of the Leipzig players sitting on very, very low conditions already, as Marco Reus, 8 minutes into the game, scores a beautiful free kick to open the scoring for us in this Bundesliga season. Now, let's zoom out. When he gets back on the pitch, we'll zoom out a little bit, and I want to get on the league table on one side of the pitch and match stats on the other side, as we're pretty much used to. Right, so corner for us right now at the just a few moments later. We've now got the table and the match stats up, so that's pretty good. And the corner wasn't the best, went all the way to the back, which I've seen quite a lot. A lot of the corners seem to be overhit in the beta right now. I don't know if that's a bug or it's just something that's been implemented into the game. I don't know. But we didn't score from it either way, so it wasn't that great. If Marco Reus, though, does start doing like what he's been doing in so far, he scored in the last game against Leipzig. He did very well over pre-season. If he scores free kicks like that for us all the time, then I'm going to be a very, very happy manager. As we come forward once again, Paco Alcacer plays it back to Ashraf, who plays it back centrally, actually. I'm not quite sure why he's done that. We should try and play it through the wings, which isn't great. We've now lost possession now, and Sabitzer plays it back, actually, to his goalkeeper there. They try and build from the back now, playing their 4-4-2. I think they're a little bit more defensively minded in this game, rather than our gegenpress sort of style of play, which is obviously the high press and sort of things like that. Royce's shot, though, not troubling the goalkeeper too much. He was in a good position to save it, actually. I think it was a bit of a tame shot. Oh, for God's... You've got to be joking me. Another injury. Thomas Delaney has just got himself injured. Potential lower leg injury. That sounds like a broken leg. That does sound like a broken leg. It looks like Mario Götze is going to have to come on for him then. Mario Götze, like the only player we can sort of bring on. He's not really a box-to-box midfielder either, which is a bit of a shame. In fact, he doesn't really like playing there at all because he's more of an attacking midfielder. So it's not great. We'll have to bring him on, though, because he's the only player that we've got on the bench, or I've put on the bench, that can do it right now. So 27 minutes into the game, 2 injuries. It's not looking great right now, is it? I mean, Leipzig have picked up an injury as well. So, I mean, as the evidence suggests right now, this is not Football Manager 2019, it's Injury Manager 2019 right now. Despite the injuries, though, we are still in front of this game, and we're looking to try and score another one now as Marco Reus gets on the end of the ball there. Paco Alcacer gets on the end of the pass. Lovely through ball there from Marco Reus. Unfortunately, just puts it onto the post and it goes wide in the end. Corner comes in though. Witsel into Wiegel. Another great save from the goalkeeper there. We're really, really pressing. As you can see from the stats up here, possession is doing very well. We're doing very well in shots. Like the style of play that we're trying to go for is clearly working quite well. I did think it'll be easy for teams to be able to counter it. I did think, you know, if you select a preset formation like we have done with this gegenpress style of players, Paco Alcacer gets on the end of the Marco Reus cross there, scoring, putting it in the back of the net, getting his first of the season, making it 2-0. I did think that using these sort of preset formations would make it easier for the opposition, because if you've got these preset formations, perhaps that is what, you know, the opposition and the AI are geared up to come up against. So if they're always sort of looking out for it, they'd be able to counter your style of play better than if you made one by yourself. If you make one by yourself, perhaps that makes you a little bit, it makes it harder for the opposition to understand what you're doing. I don't know. I don't make the AI. I don't make the game, so I could be talking absolute nonsense to you right now. It may not even make sense to you. I can't say I make much sense most of the time anyway, especially when I'm trying to do a few things at once, like trying to talk to you, trying to watch the game, trying to know what's going on. It's a bit crazy at the moment. We get to half time though, and it is 2-0. Again, we still have to click team talk individually and things like that. Unless, do I press continue? I've not tried this yet. And okay, well, I've just been an idiot the whole time because I keep thinking I have to go onto the actual team talk thing. I can just press the spacebar a few times I want to. So, I mean, I don't know why I've not tried that yet. I don't know why it's taken me this long to try it, but there we go. We'll go calmly to the boys at half-time. Happy with where things are going. Keep it up, though. We want to keep the pressure up there. We want to get another 2 goals. I think as things stand, we are the last game to kick off this game week. So as things stand, we are 3rd in the table. Wolfsburg and Schalke also playing right now. So yeah, the last 2 games. As you can see, Bayer Leverkusen won their game by 3 goals. So if we win our game by 3 goals rather, potentially we will go top of the table in game week 1, which would be pretty nice. Now, because we've already had to make 2 substitutes, we have to be very careful with who we decide to substitute in this second half, if we even make one at all. Schmelzer, I know, is on a yellow card and looking quite tired, but he came on himself. And I feel like it's maybe not justified to take him off once again. But we are coming forward once again. Gertz it into Royce. Takes a massive deflection. I think he tried to cross it, actually. But took a massive deflection. And the keeper manages to get on the end of it there. His distribution isn't the best as we do collect the ball. But the header was pretty poor. And Leipzig trying to come forward now to try and get themselves back in the game. Timo Werner, who of course is a top striker, gets the cross in. The keeper completely misses it. Fortunately, their man heads it onto the crossbar or the post instead. So we do get very, very lucky there. Berkey, if you're going to do stuff like that, then mate, we may have to get you out of the team because I can't be dealing with stuff like that. Timo Werner back on the ball, though, plays it out towards Brummer on that left-hand side of the pitch. I mean, there was no challenge from our defenders there. They literally just let him walk past completely. Berkey Erza, once again, I mean, that's 2 mistakes I think he's made there. He should have saved that, and he completely missed, obviously, the cross before that and nearly let them score a goal there. So we may be nicknaming Berkey Safe Hands soon because clearly that's what he's got. It's okay, though. We are still winning this game, of course. That's the main thing. The 3 points is what matters early on in this season. There's another fantastic free kick. Did you see the curve on that and the bend on that? Very, very unlucky there. We hit the crossbar from that free kick. If he just dipped a little bit more, that would have been a superb free kick and another Marco Reus goal. I mean, Marco Reus, it just looks like he's a free kick wizard at the moment. I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him. Honestly, I don't think he was that good. But Football Manager has changed my mind already as Pulisic puts it just wide of the post. I wanted to play Jordan Sancho. I was really tempted to, coming into this save, before I looked at the team, I was going to play Jordan Sancho on the left. And I thought Royce was more of a central midfielder. So my plan was to play him there, but actually he's not a central midfielder. So I couldn't have played him there. So he would have actually missed out in the squad quite a lot as he gets on the end of Pulisic's cross there to get his 2nd of the game. However, when I did see that he was the best player in the squad, I did think, okay, hang on a second, we probably should be playing Royce every single week, which isn't good. Another red card. We've played 2 games and we've played 2 games. We've seen 2 red cards, obviously last episode and this episode. We've seen 2 injuries, both in this game. Did we see? We may have seen an injury in the last game actually as well. I think we may have done. I think there was an injury in the last game. So, I mean, all I've got from the beta so far is that it's red card central, free kick central, and an injury central. So that's what I've got from the beta so far. Let me know in the comment section what you think of the beta so far. What have you sort of discovered from your playing at the moment? Have you found lots of red cards? Have you found lots of injuries? Or have you found something completely different that's unrelated and is a little bit weird? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section what you think as this game comes to an end. The game is over. We've won it 3-1 in the end. So we move into 2nd in the table in this first game week, which is very good. I'm happy with the way the boys played, actually. You may have just seen it there. Possession, 29 shots to 10 shots. Just their possession as well was 57 to 43 for us, which is very unusual for a team of mine to have good possession. I don't know why we're doing it and why we're keeping good possession with Dortmund. We seem to have done it all pre-season. We've clearly done it today against Leipzig. I'm not complaining, but I've just never been able to get a team to do possessional football quite so well. So maybe that's where I've been going wrong. I've needed these tactical philosophies for years, and they've never been in here, and now they're here. It's something to celebrate. Okay, as I thought, potential lower leg injury. That sounds like a broken leg. Delaney is out for 5 to 7 months with a broken leg. So you love to see that. Thomas Delaney's going out to a specialist. Is Guerrero going to have a broken foot? Because that's what I said it was going to be. It's twisted ankle. That's all right. We'll leave it to the physio for 3 weeks. That's fine. Delaney's going to be a massive loss. I mean, that's a huge loss to take. He's a rare breed, is Thomas Delaney. Not only is he a box-to-box midfielder, a good box-to-box midfielder. He's also left-footed. He's driven. He's got some really good stats. Like, he's perfect. He's a kind of player that is like an unsung hero in any of my squads. I love having players like him, and unfortunately, he's now out for the rest of the season pretty much. So, thank you, Football Manager. I thank you very much. Right, the next episode, we are going to play Champions League football. We're going to do this Champions League game. We'll probably talk about scouting next episode. The scouting has changed a little bit as well, and it's an important part of the way I play the game, scouting. So next episode then, we're going to do scouting and whoever we get in the Champions League, because I'm not quite sure when the draw is, but it's still a little while away, I think. So we won't do the draw right now, but next episode, you'll know who we've got. And then we can start doing some Champions League stuff, and it'll be really good fun. So there we go. We've looked at training, and we've played the game against Leipzig, and we've won it to go second in the table, which is fantastic stuff. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you do drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and put notifications on as well. Click that little bell button so you get notified every time I make a video. Giveaway is still going on, so make sure you get involved in that down in the description. There's a link in there to try and win this book about Jurgen Klopp, which has inspired this whole save, so that's really interesting. It's a really, really good read. I recommend it, and that's why I'm giving it away, because it's such a good read. So have a look at it. Get yourself down involved in the description to the giveaway, which all made sense. That's probably in the wrong order how I said that sentence, but you can work it out. It's an intelligence test. If you can decode that message, then you're intelligent. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.